for me, work for me, work the body for me, work it. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down.
Guys and girls, welcome back. You would not believe we filmed this entire video of the unboxing of the bookshelves just to realize when we went to go and check the camera that the battery was flat and nothing recorded. So that's why the box is open. I had to pack all of this back in just to redo it. But they are so lovely. Do it twice. What was what was that thing on, what was that, Moto? So nice, you have to say it twice. Yeah, that is this. So let's quickly run over this again. This is the Ultra Evolution bookshelf speakers. This is going to be one of the speakers in the new SVS line. So I'm going to do the unboxing and then we will do the testing in one video, and it will be like that for each of these. The Titans, the almighty Titans, are playing in. Again, guys, you are not ready for these speakers. They are insane. Center speaker is in. That has been playing in. Funny enough, quickly just touching on it, all of these SVS speakers, they sound slightly sort of bright and forward sounding when you unbox them first, and as they play in, they settle down. So yeah, playing here, big thing on the center as well. So I'm going to give all of them a proper play in before I get to any proper demoing and testing of these speakers. Okay, so on top, as with all of the products, we have the registration, your registration and your 3M little pads in there. Polystyrene on top. Again, I think this is going to be like the center speaker, where if I can give any advice to SVS, up this packaging. Guys, as you can see, there's nothing on the sides. If something hits there, it's going to go straight through. Yeah, and these being gloss black, we do not want that to happen. So let's take one of these out. Nothing else in the box, basically just a lot of these anti-moisture baggies. Let's flip it over. Get, again, gloss black, so it has the nice felted cover as with all of these. I want to just flip it. There, no, like so. There we go, guys. So this is now the 6-inch driver as on the center speaker, and the same tweeter with the diamond coating over it. I actually think that left, right and center will make a very nice pairing here. If you don't want the ultra big Titan speakers, this will suffice nicely, and get yourself a nice SVS sub, depending on your needs, sealed or ported. I think these are going to be very nice, but let's test them first and see what they sound like on their own. I already think this is going to be a good sounding bookshelf. Again, the build quality is absolute insanity. This tweeter, poster specs again, the diamond coated tweeter with this diffraction, diffusing, dispersion dome, that not only protecting the tweeter, but giving it a signature sound, breaking up all the harshness. And again, time aligned, the same as the Titans. Let me just see how I can move this. If you guys can't see, time aligned. So the curved baffle like that, and it is curved to the side for the front. So what this does, when it is chamfered like this and the edges are rounded, and also the drivers are flush mount, so the audio comes off and it rolls off the sides nicely. Audio does not like sharp edges, so it doesn't like to do that. So all high-end speakers you'll see, they are rounded and chamfered. This is just done to an insane level with the time alignment and everything, and then all of that, and the build quality. I can't wait to hear what these sound like. They're going to go up next. I'm running out of breath. I'm talking so fast. To get this sort of technology in a speaker is normally at a much higher price point. These are new to me now. I only got them all in today. I'm thinking these are in the 30,000 or high 20s or low 30s South African Rand. I'll post the pictures and prices as well so you guys can see the spec and what they cost. And then in the next testing where I test the sound, I'll let you guys know what they sound like compared also to some of the other higher end bookshelf speakers in this price point that I can compare it to. Why I did not go for the Nano is the Nano is going to be this, but without the chamfer, just as a surround speaker. The bookshelf speaker is normally always better. So I have the options to use this as a surround speaker. And if someone wants to demo them as front stage, I can just drag them to the front for stereo or left and right. So this gives me more versatility. And honestly, I think there was about a 10,000 Rand difference, or not even that much, between the Nano and this. And I'm still a firm believer, if you can, just get the bigger one. Yeah, so at the back, four-way binding post. So this is a proper bookshelf that you can buy amplifier. Nice port. I just want to see if it's flared to the inside. I can't really see. I'll try and see if I can get some internal pics of these. So they're so new. I don't know how many internal pics are available, but I'm going to try my best. Guys, again, this has not been sponsored in any way, shape or form. I had to buy these with my own money. So please, if you don't mind, go and hit the like, subscribe, share these videos. It just helps me so I can bring more and more better content to the channel, to show you guys these sorts of things with the unboxing, what they look like, and then what they sound like. But like I always say in my videos, you must go and listen for yourself. I can only do that much recording it with a microphone. But guys, okay, please like, subscribe, share. Stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to put these up now and put them through their paces. Guys, and the one or two girls that actually watch this channel, good morning. Let's carry on with the SVS Ultra Evolution series. Today we are going to be focusing on the Ultra Evolution bookshelves. Are they worth buying? And then more so, would you opt for these over the elevation speakers, and why? We're going to be digging into that next. Okay, so first thing about these is the absolute striking look. They are stunning to look at out of all angles. Front on, as you guys would see them now, you can't really see much. But when you get to the side and you see the angles, it is absolute goosebump stuff. And again, for a bookshelf at this price, we can put them up against the Monitor Audio Studio. And let's compare what they sound like and why you would go for the different speakers over one another, because they are very different speakers, apart from sort of aiming at the same price points and the same, I wouldn't actually say the same client. The studio is more studio and these are more everything. But okay, so mostly you would think that this will sound the same as the or the top piece, or not that they're the same, but you would think that they do sound very much the same. They don't. The tweeters are the same, the mid-range drivers are not. On the MTN configuration on the Evolution Pinnacles, it is an MTN configuration and it is sort of timer aligned. This is also timer aligned, but not in the configuration that is. So it does give you a very different sound. The sound signature is there, but I feel placement on these is a bit easier than on the Ultra Evolution Pinnacles. One, we don't need to deal with all that bass. We don't have the bass driver at the back, so there's not a lot of boundary reinforcement. How is the bass on them? It's a very neutral, strong, impactful bass. It's not going to shake the couches, obviously, like the Pinnacles will do, but you will get all that detail. where will you use these? Either in stereo listening in smaller rooms, or if you add a subwoofer onto them, you can make a nice little theater setup. As you can see, the mid-range driver on the tweeter, well, actually that is the mid-range driver, so those are more the bass drivers, but the bass drivers are the same. So this has a center, these as left and right, and then add a SVS sub of your choice. That will make a nice little front stage. Actually, they will make more than a nice little front stage. While I have them like this, we can actually run a small little movie scenario and just see how they perform and what the panning is like. I don't want to get too much into the center speaker. I'm going to leave that for next. But there is quite a few points I want to point out on the center speaker, so whoever buys it knows what to look for, how to pair, because they only make one in this range. So it's not like you can swap them out for a bigger or a smaller one. You're going to have to match that center with whatever you choose, either the bookshelves or the elevations or any one of the floor standing speakers out of the Ultra Evolution line. I feed them directly from the Mornes. I felt power is good, but still power from the receiver or from the power amplifier, they've been more or less the same. Obviously the power amp just gives it a bit more, but they do run very efficiently. I did not find them hard to drive at all. Let's quickly go into the demo track I always use that has a bit of everything in there, and then we can continue the chats after that. Okay, so these are set up now. Let's do a stereo testing. I will also bring in some competitive speakers just so you guys can get an idea of the different sound signatures as we switch over to other speakers. Here we go. Okay, so as you could hear, a very nice full sound, nice mid-bass punch, quite a nice low down extension. I'll check in the specs where these dip down to. That sounded to me around about the 40 Hertz. You know, it was dipping down quite low, but I'll check, I'll post the spec, but I think they dipped down quite low. The tweeter, apologies, the tweeter for me, very nice and detailed again. Low listening volumes, it's good, it's very nice and clear, and you can hear everything nicely. As you go up, most speakers normally, if they have a tweeter that can reach up high, when you listen down low, it sounds very muffled. This does not do that. Down low it sounds nice, and as you go up, again being that jack of all trades speaker, it can just go up into that rev range and have the blistering detail, but without being very fatiguing. Let me quickly show you. Let's go up into the volume on the bookshelves. Tried to pan the camera around so you guys could see the speaker and the driver move and how these absolutely do not get out of whack at all. I'm going to pull in some competition. Let's go A and B and let's see the different sound signatures over monitor audio and some clips. Monitor audio, there they are. For the guys not familiar, these are the studios. Again, you see the MTN configuration slide in. These are one of the highest regarded bookshelf studio speakers, having the center section of a Monitor Audio Platinum 500 being a MTN configuration with a ribbon tweeter in there, which is just sublime. Let's see how these two titans stack up against each other. Here comes some volume. Okay, so this is where that comes into play, what I said about the volumes. When we were on the lower volume, I would take the studio all day long. It just has a more neutral sound for me, and the mid-bass punch is there. But as you go up into the volume, they do get to a limit where they don't really want to go much more, and that is that. I'm guessing because studio is more like a close listening environment, where with the SVS, as you go up into the volume, the bass, everything just becomes more pronounced, the highs become more pronounced. So yeah, apples with apples, we need to know what these speakers are for. This is a studio reference speaker. That is just a high quality speaker, jack of all trades. So if I had to keep one here, I would keep the SVS. But if I was doing critical near field listening, these boys are very hard to beat. Combine them with a small little sub, heaven. Let's move over to the Klipsch Magic. This will be the more fair competition. We have the same size drivers, tweeters being different, diamond infused versus horn loaded. But apart from that, this will be way more efficient. We have the same binding posts, build quality on the SVS much better. Much better than on the Klipsch. But these Klipsch are some of my favorite bookshelf speakers. For those of you who don't know, this is the 600 M2. These are award-winning bookshelf speakers. Let's put them up against and see what the differences are here. I'm going to switch over to the SVS again just so we can have a fresh AB. I'm not going to change any volumes on receivers. So let's start off with the Klipsch. I'm going to go to the back because I want to get a better idea of the sound from the listening position also. SVS, here we go. I've changed nothing. Remember, the clip sensitivity might make them sound more high in the volume. Let's see what the sensitivity difference here is. guys, this face means I'm surprised. One, I was thinking, and remember, I've listened to these, I've been testing both of these speakers, but even when I A-B them like this, I hear differences. Again, my goosebumps never lie, I can't fake them. I was thinking the Klipsch is going to smash the sensitivity away from the SVS, and it didn't. I wonder if they have the sensitivity specs correct on the SVS. They seem a lot more sensitive for me than the specs would suggest. They drive very, very easily. I could hardly hear any volume difference there. And normally if I would do that with the monitor studios I had on here that I moved away now, there would be a huge difference because those are 4 ohm speakers and not efficient at all. These, I think they were 87 dB. I'm just going to put it in there, where these are like almost a full 10 dB more. So there should be a bigger difference than we just heard. But let's go over into the rest. Okay, the Klipsch has that, where the SVS doesn't have that, but the detail and the directness, and again with this little waveguide protection dome they put over the top, it really does disperse the sound very well. Tweeter wise, this is much of a muchness. I'm going to leave that to you guys to decide if you like a horn loaded tweeter or a normal traditional tweeter. I like both. I cannot decide on that. That for me is a toss up on the speaker. Going to the bass, again it's quite close, but the SVS takes it for me, and I think that is down to the time alignments and the cabinet build of the speaker. I would be happy with either of these parked in front. They are very, very good. You can't make a mistake. This is going to come down to personal preference, and do you look at build quality? Well, let's face it, even this is the RP range, it is just a traditional box, where on that you have the bragging rights of angles, time alignments, the finish. It's just built to a different specification than on the Klipsch. But again, guys, I want to make it clear, I'm not saying one is better than the other. These are both phenomenal bookshelves. Which one would I keep? I would keep the SVS, just because it's the new kid on the block. I'm very fascinated with it. I'm enjoying it, but it does not say I will never put a RP600M up again. I absolutely adore both of these speakers. This is going to be tit for tat, guys. I doubt even you'll be able to hear a difference on this video, but please comment if you do, and what differences do you hear. More mid bass, down low, and again, you can listen to it over your speakers, but a good set of headphones. Also, when I edit these videos, I use my Bauer and Wilkins McLaren edition, so some of the best headphones you can get, so I can hear the differences in the recordings. Well, I say recordings, in my recordings, which aren't studio at all, but you should be able to pick up slight little differences. Okay, so let's finish this video up. Are the new Evolution bookshelf speakers worth it? Hell yes, and then some. They are proving to hold their own against some of the best bookshelves which have won awards in the business. And what they bring to the table more than the other bookshelves is design and look. Man, I'm not a gloss speaker fan, but it suits these so well. I wish they would come out with like limited edition colors. I think like the blue, that'll be copying Bauer's a bit with their limited edition blue. Maybe bring something else. Give us a red. Give us a yellow. Like Jammo used to do back in the day when they still made quality speakers with the open baffle 909s. Stuff like that. Give us something. Maybe S-Will, they're a very fun company, and they are making, I mean, they used to, as you guys know, they started in the subwoofer world, and they've been making leaps and bounds of traction in the speaker world now with their new Evolution series. I'm blown away by all of them so far. We will touch base on the Evolution heights, or what do they call them, the elevation speakers next. And then last but not leastly, we will do the center. and then I'm going to de-rack this room and we will do a cinema setup. Oh wait, you guys wanted to quickly, you want to have a quick demo of the front stage? No, I'm going to leave that for the video of when we do this as a cinema package. Just know that these with the sensor will make an epic, front stage. You guys want a little snippet? You want a little tasty taste? Okay, let's give you a taste.
My God. So, what do we do now?
There you go, guys. Just a little taste. Just a little taste. You guys are going to have to stay tuned for the complete system review. If you like this, please like, subscribe, share. Stay tuned for the rest of the series. Cheers. Bye-bye.